January 16th, 2014. From El Cajon, California, this is episode 38 of You Can Bet on That. Hi, everybody. Welcome to You Can Bet on That, a podcast for the recreational gambler. My name is Mark Duvall, and as usual, I'm here with Dr. Mike.
Hello.
So I've got a gripe, and I've mentioned this before. I know we've talked about it before.
I know this bugs the hell out of you, too.
So I'm walking around the casino, and I go by a little group of table games. It's pretty much all blackjack, right? And everybody's having a good time. It's kind of a party pit area, I guess. I don't know.
Right.
It's not like they had dancing girls or anything, but it was.
They wear sports stuff.
They were like jerseys and things like that. So I'm going by, and all the blackjack tables are 6 to 5, and the tables are full, right? So I walk into the middle of the whole thing and just yell, "What the hell is everybody thinking? You idiots! Stop playing 6 to 5 blackjack."
Especially when there's other blackjacks that pay 3 to 2 in the casino.
Well, I didn't actually walk in there and say that, but I wanted to. Because I'm looking at these people thinking, stop playing. Because think about it. We keep griping about it, but why should the casino change if people are playing the games? And, of course, it's people who don't know better and,
or figure that it doesn't make that much difference.
Right.
You hear that all the time. Well, I only got, a couple blackjacks the whole night, so how much difference does it make anyway?
Oh, gosh. So, I'm always going to complain about, I think it's here to stay.
Oh, I think
look how long it's been going on, right?
Sure.
And people continue to play it. And see, I know we're preaching to the choir here, right? Our listeners aren't going to be playing the 6 to 5. So, we need to get the word out to the rest of the world. So everybody out there.
There's only a few reasons to play 6 to 5.
We've talked about it.
Yeah. I mean, if there's the dancing girls
right.
and that's the only
if you
place
need that in your life, yes, exactly.
You might want to play 6 to 5. There's some hot girl on a 6 to 5 that you want to talk to.
All right.
You'll sit down and sacrifice a few bucks to talk to her or guy if you're a girl.
Okay.
Or whatever.
Yeah.
But, those are about the only reasons, really, to play 6-5.
Just tell your friends, let them know. Don't play 6 to 5 blackjack. Make sure it's 3 to 2. And if you sit down at a 6 to 5 table, buy in for your chips and then look and say, oh, it's 6 to 5, and cuss out the casino. Don't cuss out your dealer because, they do all they can. But cuss out the casino and ask to be colored up and just walk away.
I'll tell you what, you're going about this at the wrong approach.
All right, sir.
Because you get upset about it and everything. You can't change adults now. You need to go at it from a kid's perspective. You need to get the young people indoctrinated not to play 6 to 5. So 20 years from now, there won't be 6 to 5 around.
Yeah.
You should start a lecture series in grade schools.
Or maybe I could
go to like third grade classes and give them lectures.
That would be good. I think they do that.
Yeah. Oh, sure. It's informational.
You know what? Maybe I'll contact the NFL. They have those ads those Play 60 ads,
right?
Where they encourage the kids to, get exercise 60 minutes. I'll get with them and we'll talk about no 6 to 5.
6 to 5, whatever kids. You do. They'll tempt you and everything, but you've got to be better than that. Dare to be better.
That's right. That's right. And then maybe the next generation, 6 to 5 blackjack will be out of the casino.
Yeah, that's what I think you should do.
You've got such good ideas, Dr. Mike. Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right. I'm going to pursue that. So we were out at the casino the other night, and as is usually the case, it's you, me, and your dad.
Right.
And as soon as we've taken care of all of our business at the casino business, you and I head to the craps table, and he heads over to 3-card poker.
Exactly.
So we had been playing at the craps table for about 20 minutes. Right. And then here comes your dad zipping up in his scooter.
Yeah, it literally was, it was 20 minutes, if that.
Yeah. And he was furious.
Right.
Right. He said, what did he lost like $250?
$250, I think.
Playing just $5 3-card poker.
Right. That fast. I've never lost it that fast, he said.
Yeah, that's right.
It's never gone that fast.
And it's funny because earlier on the drive up, I was telling you guys how I'd read recently that 3-card poker, of all the proprietary games, that is games that the casinos have to pay for a license to deal.
Right.
Of all the proprietary games, 3-card poker by far brings in the most money for casinos and provides the most money for the license company, which is Shufflemaster, right? So they're making money off the game.
They're
right?
making a ton of money.
So he comes up to play. So he's he's mad. So he decides he's going to play craps with us.
Right.
And he's saying, I'm never playing 3-card poker again. I'm never going to play it. And I mean, I'm serious this time. No more 3-card poker.
And the dealers and some of the pit people who know that he's on 3-card poker because they've dealt to him before and everything, they kept saying, well, how come you're not playing 3-card poker tonight? And he would go into his tirade about how you never again, not here. This 3-card poker's terrible. Never again.
Never going to do it. So we're thinking, well, okay, good.
Yeah.
Maybe he'll play some craps with us or stick with blackjack. We tried to teach him, Pai Gow poker, but it was too boring for him. He didn't like that.
Not enough action.
Not enough. So he sat there and played some craps with us for a while.
He played for a while, a good hour or two.
Yeah. And then he got mad at the number of 7s that kept coming up.
Right.
The most common roll.
Why do the 7s keep coming up?
So then he was mad about that and said, okay, forget it. I'm going to go play 3-card poker.
And he went to the 3-card poker table that's right next to the craps table there. And was playing 3-card poker, and all the dealers said, I thought you were never playing again.
It was beautiful because, he went on for some time about, no, I know I've kind of said it before, but I'm serious this time.
Yeah.
And then as soon as he got tired of craps, right over the 3-card poker. And then he had a little bit of a win. So then he was showing, look.
Yeah, what was funny
I'm up $100 now.
Yeah, he hit a straight flush or something right at the end and got up. Ended up not losing too much, actually, for the night.
Yep.
And he'll play 3-card poker again this week.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Yeah. And we'll play craps. Well, we're just as stupid.
Yeah.
Because we sit there and get wiped out at craps and, I'm not doing this next week. We'll be there Friday. Look for us Friday.
Yeah, we'll head out there again. It's funny because he does go, he's got a, he talks about how, well, I don't like playing at this casino because the people there don't know how to play blackjack and they mess up the deck. Right. Which I'm sure you've heard from blackjack players before. With, of course, nobody messes up the deck, but, he's convinced that if there are bad players at the table, it affects his hands too. So, he's always got a prediction based on what's happened to him most recently.
Right.
So.
And that can change on a moment's notice.
Yep. So you saw something in the paper about a wager at the horse track, Gulfstream Park in Florida.
Yeah, I saw.
Track.
Right. I saw a little blurb in the paper that somebody had won $119,000 on a 10-cent bet.
A 10-cent bet, a 10-cent superfecta wager. Now, the superfecta is where you have to pick the top 4 horses in order in a race, in a single race. So you have to pick the top 4 in order.
So whereas a trifecta was 1, 2, 3. The superfecta, you actually have to figure out who's going to come in fourth. Right.
Well, yeah, exactly. In that, you have to have it in order. Now, it was a 10-cent wager. So you're probably thinking, well, how do you make it? You can't go up and say, I'd like to make a 10-cent bet on
roll of dimes.
I'd like a 10-cent wager on number 4. You can't make a single 10-cent wager. Right. However, if you're betting a multiple ways, we kind of talked about that on our Keno episode, how you can bet multiple ways on the same ticket.
Right.
If you're betting a superfecta multiple ways, that is, let's say you have the 4 horses in mind that you think are going to come in 1 through 4, but you just don't know the order that they're going to come in. You can say, I want to make a superfecta bet on every possible combination of those 4 horses.
Right.
Right. And when you make multiple wagers on that, you can do it on the same ticket and they'll let you bet less than what normally would be the minimum.
Right.
Now, I don't know what the minimum is at Gulfstream Park, but let's assume you could make a 10-cent bet with just 4 horses. Well, how many combinations are there for determining the exact order that 4 horses are going to come in? Well, it's just, if you remember combinatorics from school, it's just 4 times 3 times 2 times 1, right? And that's 24. So if they said you could make a dime bet, if you were making at least 24 wagers, you could just say
$2.40.
$2.40. You'd say, I'd like a 10-cent superfecta box. A box means every possible combination on these 4 horses, 3, 6, 9, and 10.
Right.
And it would cost you $2.40 for a dime. And, if you increase the number of horses that you had in this box, all these ways, then the wager would go up. Let's say you wanted to do 5 horses.
Right.
How many combinations is that? Well, again, with combinatorics, 5 times 4 times 3 times 2. That's 120, right? So for a dime for each way, that would be $12.
Right.
Right. And you could, continue up as many horses as you want.
Right.
Now, in this case, this paid over $1 million to 1. Right? Because it was 10 cents.
Right.
And it paid $119,000. So you've got to figure two things. Number one, it was probably a large field.
Yeah, it'd have to be a very large field, 10 or more horses.
At least 10, I would think. Maybe 12, something like that. And some long shots must have come in.
Sure. Yeah.
Right.
And not just one long shot. It had to be probably a couple of long shots. Right.
Right. Right. And it sounds like there was only one person who made this particular combination on this bet.
Right. And
right. They got all the money for it. Right.
Right.
Now, let's talk about, let's say you wanted to wager every possible combination of the 4 leading horses, every possible combination of every horse in the race. All right. And let's say there were 12 horses in the race.
Okay.
Or again, back to our combinatorics, that would be 12 times 11 times 10 times 9. That's how many different combinations of 4 in exact order there are with 12 horses in the field.
Right.
Okay. That number is 11,880. So if you made a dime wager on each of those, it would cost you $1,188.
$1,188.
Right. And if everything were even, if the chance of every horse coming in were the same.
No, a dime wager?
Yeah, a dime wager would be $1,188. Because if it were a dollar,
cents, right?
Yeah,
You're right.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
$1 would be 11,000. A dime would be 1,000.
Right. So again, if you made this bet, every possible combination, and let's say every horse had the same chance of coming in any place,
okay,
and the house didn't take any vig. Well, every time you'd win this, you in the long run should win $1,188 every time. But this bet paid $119,000.
Right.
So again, that's why we're saying there had to have been some long shots in there that people just were not putting in the superfecta, not even bothering to include, when they box. Because of course nobody makes those 12 every single combination, right? You'd lose money overall. It'd be crazy, right?
That would cost you a lot.
Yeah, because usually a payout for a dime is probably like, I don't know, a couple $100, something like that,
at
right?
The most,
yeah,
you think,
So, but this happened at Gulfstream Park. I couldn't find any more information about it. I saw it was Greg Cote at the Miami Herald that wrote about it.
Yeah, and he's in the paper a lot. I think
he's syndicated.
Yeah.
And I tried to find more information. I couldn't. There were some tweets about it, but I couldn't find any specific information about the race.
So if you're listening, Greg, let us know some details.
Yeah. Hopefully he is. That'd be great.
That would be nice.
See how he found out about it. Hey, this last weekend they announced the winners of the Trippy Awards. The Trippies are awards that are given out by VegasTripping.com every year for Vegas-related things. Hotels, casinos, buffets, and it also includes some internet entities like Best Blog, Best Website, and one of the categories is Best Podcast. And we were lucky enough to be nominated for Best Podcast this year. And we did not win, which was not too surprising because the winners were Tim and Michelle over at 5 Honey by Midnight, who put on a great podcast. They've been around for 9 years, have a lot of listeners, and it was almost a foregone conclusion that they were going to win.
Sure.
So they won the readers poll. Now the editors over at VegasTripping.com also make their own choices for the awards. And for Best Podcast, they chose not to pick anyone. They said they could not come to an agreement on what the best podcast is.
So there was some dissension among them.
There must have been, right?
Yeah,
and the guy who runs Vegas Tripping, Chuck Monster, he recused himself from the wagering because he's part of the Vegas Gang podcast. So he did not decide. So as all the rest of the editors, they could not decide. So I kind of look at that as a victory for us.
Yeah, sure. In my mind, there were like, how many ever 8 guys, 7 of them liked us, and there was one guy that's like someone else.
Yeah, that's true. And, they had to have, everybody had to agree. Maybe that's what it was.
Yeah, consensus. So, yeah, I'm going with that.
Or, it was just a tie for all the other nominees, right? So,
there you go.
But anyway,
we'll take that as a moral victory.
That's right. I'll post a link to all the Trippy results in our show notes. And in fact, on the last episode of 5 Honey by Midnight, they kind of went through all their categories too and talked about it. The D, Las Vegas, the new downtown that Fitzgerald's used to be, kind of ran away with the Trippies this year.
Really?
I think it's because, the owner is just Derek Stevens, he's very visible to customers. He's out there, he's on the floor. He cares about the customers. And he was a big part of the Vegas Internet Mafia family picnic this last year that featured, the 5 Honey guys and the Vegas gang guys. So I think he was getting a lot of love from them. But we still haven't been to the new D.
Yeah.
But
I just don't have a big desire to go downtown anymore.
We have to go downtown, Mike, not just to see the D, but also to see Downtown Grand that just opened. Okay. And we got to go to Hugo's Cellar.
Yeah.
We used to every trip we used to stay at the Four Queens. There was a period
years ago,
where every trip it was the Four Queens and we never ate there.
No.
We always just ate in the coffee shop.
Because it was quicker. We always, 2 guys, we didn't want to take a lot of time and have a nice steak dinner.
Yeah.
Now that we're older, we can take some time.
Yeah.
We'll take a half hour if they're quick about their service.
We just go in there, look, this is supposed to be a really great place. I want to be in and out of here in a half hour.
Yeah. If you have to microwave that steak, go ahead and microwave it. Let's eat.
Well, speaking of 5 Honey by Midnight, listeners of that podcast may know that they recently had to remove their Amazon link from their site because the laws in Minnesota, which is where they're from, were such that they can't be a part of the Amazon affiliate program. So they had to remove their Amazon link from their site. Well, we've got good news. For those of you who are itching to support a podcast through Amazon, we have added an Amazon link to our site.
Because in this great state of California, anything goes.
Yeah,
pretty much.
Anything goes except real craps.
Except real craps.
And real roulette.
Right. Yeah. They got no problem with Amazon, but real craps, no.
So we've added an Amazon link to our webpage. Here's how it works. Whenever you want to buy something at Amazon, go to our page first and click on the banner. It's up at the top of the page. Click on that banner. It'll take you to Amazon. And when you make your purchase, we get a little kickback from your purchase. It doesn't cost you any more. You're going to pay the exact same price as if you went straight to Amazon.com. But if you click through the link at our site, we get a little money back. It helps us kind of pay for the cost of putting on the podcast.
Yeah, and that extra little click that you have to do keeps you healthy. You're moving.
Sure.
Right.
It
doesn't cost you anything. Just it improves your health.
A little more exercise.
Supporting us actually improves your health.
Yeah. So that's good news. So yeah, if you want to support the show, that's a great way to do it. Again, doesn't cost you anything other than that extra click. And it'll help us pay for some of the expenses of putting the show together. So we'd appreciate that.
Thank you.
So speaking of other podcasts, I was listening to Gambling with an Edge, and on a recent episode, their guest was Ken Smith. And he started talking about Oklahoma casinos. Now, we've mentioned Oklahoma casinos before on the show. It seems like a pretty bad deal for the player because at table games, not only do you have to beat the house edge that's inherently in these games, you also have to pay a commission for every hand that you're dealt. 25 cents a hand, 50 cents a hand. I think it depends on how much you're betting. But when we heard that, we thought, gosh, that's terrible. Not only are the casinos making money just from dealing games that have a house edge anyway,
right?
But they're making money on this VIG, this commission.
So let me real quick interject here. They don't have craps or roulette. Right?
My understanding is no craps or roulette.
Yeah,
so
how could you have that?
Yeah, it's just a card-based.
A nickel every roll. All right, throw your nickel.
I think there are some places that make you pay a VIG, like on every come-out roll or every new shooter.
Really?
Yeah, maybe it's every come-out roll. Yeah, wow. I think there really are. Yeah. But in Oklahoma, my understanding is no craps, no roulette. But, table card games, and every hand you have to pay this commission. So I thought, boy, the casinos must be rolling in the money. Well, according to Ken Smith, that's not quite true. Yes, you do have to pay that commission, and that goes to the house. The casino gets that. That's how they get their money. But the winnings, the actual winnings from the games that they get, like dealing blackjack, the winnings have to be returned to the players in some form, like through jackpots or promotions or giveaways, things like that. That's how I understood Ken Smith was explaining it. It's frustrating because I still couldn't find a lot of information on the net about
how you return that would really vary too. You know, let's say you returned it with some kind of gifts.
Yeah.
Right. Like, oh, you know, the more you play, we're going to give you gifts.
Right.
And, you know, that would benefit the players quite a bit because if you're going to play anyway, but it would benefit the casino as well because you'd be almost bribing the people to play by giving them gifts, getting them out there more. So, yeah, you're returning their money, but to your advantage too.
And how is the accounting taken care of?
I mean, who monitors that too?
Yeah, it's a very good question. I don't know. There's so many casinos in Oklahoma though that, you know, maybe the state does, I don't know. It seems like it's open to a lot of possible corruption. I'm not making any claims here because I don't know, but it just seems like it would be open to that kind of stuff. But Ken was actually telling a story where one of the promotions that they had was that for a day or so, the way that they were giving money back to the players was they were paying 2-to-1 on blackjack, which is a huge advantage. I guess some advantage players kind of descended on the place and took them for quite a bit of money. But, you know, that was one way that they were, you know, supposedly giving back. So, but anyway, that's the latest that we know about Oklahoma casinos. Maybe we'll find out more.
I'm going to stay out of Oklahoma.
Yeah, it seems like, you know, everybody there complains about, you know, having to do this. Now, if you play slots, they don't take a commission. You know, as far as I know, they don't have an extra little slot where you have to put a nickel in every time you
there's a commission hole to drop in there. Well, the thing is with slots, they're set the machines at like 98% payback. So technically they're saying, well, we're taking in $1, we're giving 98 cents back. The 2 cents we keep is ours. So.
Yeah. I mean, you could say that about, you know, the advantage on table games too. All right. Yeah. Anyway, again, this is what the information we have now, and maybe we'll find out more information later, but sorry to everybody in Oklahoma that has to deal with this.
Yeah, that's too bad. You should come to the great state of California.
No, I just go to Nevada. Yeah. I think that's probably your best bet. Just head on over to Nevada. So recently, Full Tilt Poker. Now, Full Tilt Poker, as everyone knows, on Black Friday, they were closed down as well as Poker Stars. Poker Stars gave all their money back to U.S. players. Right. And Full Tilt did not, because apparently they didn't have the money. So it was pretty scandalous. But since then, Poker Stars acquired Full Tilt and is going to refund all the American players' money. We're still waiting on ours. Supposedly next quarter, second quarter of 2014. But anyway, Full Tilt recently launched something called Adrenaline Rush Poker. Now, those familiar with Rush Poker, Poker Stars has something similar called Zoom Poker. But Rush Poker, I loved. It got me back into online poker before Black Friday.
It's a good game.
Basically, you'd go to a Rush Poker table and you would be dealt a hand. And if you didn't like that hand, you could fold it. And as soon as you folded, you'd immediately be moved to another table.
Right.
And the great thing is you could fold even when it wasn't your turn. You could just fold and you'd be moved to another table. Now, everybody back at the original table won't have seen that you folded yet.
Right.
Till
it's your turn.
Till it's your turn. But meanwhile, you'll be back to another table. And I love this because I was playing at low stakes and people were just way overplaying like top pair, you know, and pocket aces. You know, I mean, you could, if you just sat and waited for a hand, you could really clean up. And so I really enjoyed Rush Poker. But then Black Friday came and that was it. That was it. So we're still not able to play here in the United States, but they've introduced something called Adrenaline Rush Poker. And I tried to play it using Play Money the other day, but they're not offering it on Play Money yet. So all I could go on was what I read about. It's like Rush Poker, except there are only 4 players on the table, and all betting is pre-flop.
Wow.
So after the flop, there's no more betting. Just flop, turn, river.
Just go boom, boom, boom.
Yeah, just like that. I was hoping to kind of see exactly how the mechanics work, but that's what they say. Now, according to the website, you can buy in for between 5 and 10 big blinds. But when action gets to you, you have to raise or fold You cannot call. You have to raise or fold up to a maximum total bet of 10 big blinds. And I was trying to figure out how this would work because let's say, your action's on you and there are blinds in there. You have to raise. Well, if nobody else can call, only other people can raise. Mm-hmm. Well, the pot's going to get raised up to that 10 big blind maximum every time, right?
Every time, as long as two people stay to the end.
What am I missing? I mean, you could fold or raise. So anybody who's decided that they're going to raise, I mean, it's
anyone who's going to play the hand, it's going to be at the max.
Yeah. So, I mean,
well, maybe they think let's say only two people are going to play. So one guy raises, the next guy raises again. And then the other guy has to, maybe I don't want to go all the way to the max.
So he just folds.
So he just folds.
Yeah, I guess. I don't see this catching on at all.
Yeah.
Just all pre-flop. I mean, it's just, why not pull the lever on a slot machine? It almost seems like, right? I mean, who's staying in, right? Just quality hands. There are only 4 players.
This is like two guys putting $10 down on the table and playing Indian poker. And they just each pull a card out. Oh, mine's bigger. I take the money.
Yeah.
Right? I mean.
Yeah. Well, anyway, I brought it up only because I thought it was kind of novel. But I just don't see it catching on at all.
No, I don't think I'd be interested.
Nobody's serious. A serious poker player wouldn't play. And I know that serious poker players could play rush poker. Not all of them like it, but but this I think maybe is too much.
Well, the thing with rush poker, it didn't really change the game. This kind of changes the game.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
Rush poker didn't change the game any. It just, if you didn't have a hand, you were gone. You were immediately in another table in another hand. It just.
But you're right. If you played the hand in rush poker, it played out just like a regular hold'em. Yeah, that's true. That's true. That's probably, Well, that's going to be one of the big reasons it doesn't take off. So we'll see. I don't know if people outside of the United States are playing it at all, but anyway, like I said, I thought it was novel. I thought we'd talk about it, but I think it's a terrible idea.
Maybe those crazy English people will play it.
Maybe.
Yeah, they don't like craps, but they like this game.
Maybe they will. We'll see. I know we have some listeners over in UK, so let us know if any of you are playing Adrenaline Rush.
I wasn't serious that they're crazy. I just
no, not like Anne Margaret crazy.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah, that's true. All right. Hey, we got an email from listener Bill, who wrote, "Here in New Jersey, we now have the start of legal online games." Yeah, a lot of the casinos they're now doing that online poker, right? You have to be in New Jersey. You have to be in the state, right? But not just poker, but full casino games and things like that. So that's good news. So he goes on to say, "Do you guys see yourself enjoying playing the traditional casino games online, or do you feel it would be too much of distraction to your life, along with removing the adventure and social aspects of going to a land-based casino?" So what do you think?
Well, no, I wouldn't play it. I mean, I dabble in it every once in a while. You're totally bored, got nothing else to do. But, in my house, I've got way more important stuff to do.
Well,
and I like to go to the casino for, to get out of the house and go somewhere. And I don't know that I'd sit and,
Yeah, for me, I like playing online poker. I would enjoy doing that. But just games like blackjack or, slot machine kind of things. Or
I don't even enjoy a video blackjack in a casino.
Yeah.
I'd rather go to the table where I can see other people and talk.
Yeah. I just wouldn't enjoy, especially, shoot, when when that scandal came out with Ultimate Bet, where there were players who were able to see everybody's down cards, and that's poker. I mean, I'm sure these sites are legitimate, but you don't know what's going on with a deck, a shuffle deck in blackjack. And yeah,
or playing craps online.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. I wouldn't enjoy it. No, I'd always kind of be suspicious.
And it'd be the kind of thing I do when I was home from work sick.
Yeah.
And you're laying in bed, I'll play some hands of blackjack or something. But it wouldn't be something I'd do if I just came home from work. I've got other stuff to do.
I think I'd be more likely to play just a play money blackjack game or even craps, just to kill time rather than playing something real. Yeah. I'd be suspicious, even though that's probably not that great a reason, but no, I don't think I'd enjoy it. Well, and again, when we go to the casino, craps, it's like the most social game there, right? And
well, think about it. We spend most of our time giving each other grief about something or cracking jokes. If you're sitting at home alone playing craps online, I mean, you're not talking to your buddies.
No.
Or
Yeah, that's
checking
true, too.
out people walking in the casino
Yeah.
or laughing at goofy people.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's true. Maybe I might play some video poker if, if it were a good enough pay table and maybe the casino had some incentive, maybe video poker.
Yeah, or slot machine. Because that's something when you're in a casino, you usually don't talk to other people.
Yeah, but I don't know about a slot.
Well, you wouldn't, but I could see slot players.
Yeah.
You'd play video poker, but if you were a slot player, you'd probably play some at home.
Well, yeah, if I were, but Bill was asking us, would you or would we do it?
Yeah, would we? No, probably not.
I don't think so. Yeah.
I could see the market for it though.
Oh, sure. And I hope it does well, and I hope that it's on the up and up, which,
right.
I assume New Jersey's monitoring that kind of thing, better than the wild, wild west that was, poker pre-Black Friday. So, but anyway, thanks for the email, Bill. We also got another email from listener Ed, who we met when we were in Atlantic City. And he sent me a link to a website that it was basically a glossary for craps terms. It wasn't comprehensive, but it had some terms there. And he thought, wouldn't it be fun to quiz you, Dr. Mike?
All right.
To see if you know some of these craps terms.
Yeah, and I'm going to be embarrassed when I don't.
So I made a list. Yeah, I made a list.
Right.
Not everything on there, but there are going to be some slow pitches here that you'll have no trouble with.
Right.
And then there's some that I'm sure you're not going to get.
Okay.
Because I certainly wouldn't have gotten them either. But here we go. So I'm going to read off some craps terms, and you tell me what it is or what your guess is, or if you just have actually no idea. So we're going to start slow here. All right. What is Big Red?
That's 7. Bet on 7.
Bet on 7. Yeah, exactly. Okay. What is down with odds?
Okay, down with odds is when you make a come bet. Well, excuse me. Let me start over. You have a place bet, and you make a come bet. Your come bet goes up to the number. Let's say it's 6. They pay your place bet. You bring that down. In other words, you take it off and you take full odds on your come bet.
Okay, good. Yes, that's it. Exactly.
I forgot to say you had a place bet.
Right. That's the key, is that the place bet basically becomes your odds.
Yeah. Well, I know that because I do that all the time.
Yeah, exactly. So I know you know it. All right. How about this? How about bones? What are the bones?
The dice.
Good.
Yeah.
All right. All right. And what is the back line?
The back line is the area behind where they put the place bets. The don't come and the don't and they call that the back line if I remember correctly.
Okay, that's good enough. It's it's like the don't pass.
It's the don't pass and the when you're laying against something.
Okay, that's good enough. All right. How about buffalo? We talked about that. What's a buffalo bet?
Yeah, the buffalo bet. The one I never make. Okay, that's the 5 and 9.
No.
It's the field bet.
No. You're thinking it. No, that's not it. What's the buffalo? Oh. It's a single bet. You've forgotten.
It's the 7 plus, it's not a world. It's buffalo is all the hard ways in the 7.
That's it. You got it. I knew you thought about it.
Yeah.
You were thinking of that system with the.
Yeah,
no,
right.
No,
I was thinking about your system.
No. That's a buffalo. Good. All right. What's the buffalo yo?
That's when you add the yo into the mix there.
You add the yo?
It's all the hard ways in a yo.
Yeah. You replace the 7 with the yo. Yeah, right. You knew it. All right. What's down behind?
Down behind is when, let's say you made a don't come bet. You went up on 6, and then somebody rolls a 6, and your behind bet, your don't come bet loses.
Right.
And your odds down behind.
Down behind. Good. All right. What's little Joe?
Hard 4.
Or any 4, actually.
Well, yeah, any 4.
Or actually, you know what? Looking at this here, I always thought Little Joe was any 4.
I think it's
but according
just a
to this,
hard 4.
it's a hard 4. Okay.
And Big Dick's the hard 10.
That's right. Okay. You're right. Thank you. All right. You're doing great so far. See,
right,
here you thought you were. All right. What's the hook?
The hook is on the craps table where it goes around, where it starts to turn in the corner there.
Yeah.
They say that you're in the hook.
That's good. Okay. Good. All right. What's midnight?
12.
Good. What's past posting?
Past posting.
You should know this. We've talked about it.
Yeah, I know, and I've heard it talked about plenty of times, and it's when a guy puts a line bet down that he after the point was made, and then he puts his bet down.
Right. He basically makes a wager on a winning location after the decision's been made. Good. Yeah. Okay. What is this? I don't think you'll get this one. We'll see. What is broke money?
Broke money. broke money's like being all in. It's your last dime, putting your money out there.
No,
right? No. Okay, I don't know.
I didn't know this either. Money the casino gives a broke player for transportation home.
Oh God, yeah. Never had to do that. So
you should do that someday. Can you give me some broke money?
Yeah, I need gas.
I need some gas,
and I need a sandwich at the Subway too. Could you get me a sandwich at the Subway?
Yeah, that's right. Capped dice. What are capped dice?
Capped dice. Is that when the dice go off the table and they set them off to the side till the pit checks them?
No.
Capped dice. No, I don't know.
Just another word for crooked dice.
Oh,
right?
Okay.
You know.
I thought they cap them because they a lot of times want to check it before they put it back. Have you ever, speaking of that, have you ever seen the dice go off the table and a boxman or someone in the pit look at the dice and then say, no, this one's something wrong with this one. I've never seen that. They check them all the time and they toss them back. I have never once seen somebody say, no.
I'd love to see that actually once.
Oh, yeah.
And just say, what they're really looking for is, has the die been replaced?
Right.
Right. Is this really our die or is somebody, put a new one in the game? So that's the thing. We've just never seen somebody switch in, bad dice. Right.
I'd like to see somebody he just looks at it, puts it in his pocket. This one's out.
You know what you should do next time? Go to the gift store.
Buy one
of the die that's been imprinted with a big thing on it.
Switch it out.
Switch it out and see what they do.
Yeah, banned for life. I don't think so.
Is it worth it? All right. What's a dime?
A dime?
Yeah.
10 cents.
No. In craps, what's a dime?
$10.
$10. Good. Yeah. All right. What's the mop?
The mop.
Yeah.
Oh, the mop's when there's a 7 out and they rake all the chips in?
No. It's a thing that they use.
It's the stick?
The stick. Yeah, okay. That's the mop.
Well, I was going to say that originally, and then I thought, that's too easy.
Yeah, no, see, some of these are easy. Right. Or what are eyeballs?
Eyeballs. Jeez, I don't know, 2?
Yeah, 2. Good. Snake eyes, eyeballs.
Boy, I haven't heard anyone say eyeballs.
What's the 50-yard line?
The 50-yard line, well, that'd have to be right down the middle of the table.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Basically, the middle of the table where the dice have to go past.
Right. Where there's a little wire that you have to get over.
Right. Right. Or a giant wall.
Yeah, they should just have like a 3-inch wall. You have to get it over that, right?
What is the garden?
The field.
Good. The field's very good. What is George?
Oh, boy.
Somebody who's a George.
I know what he'd be at Rincon. There's that one player, George, that always bets a lot that complains about everything. They'd be a George. I have no idea.
A player who's a George. A player who always tips the dealers.
Oh.
So you're a George.
I'm a George.
Yeah, good. All right. Hit a brick.
Oh, it's when somebody rolls the dice and hits a bunch of chips.
Yeah,
say
right.
Hit a brick.
Yep, exactly. Yep. Skinny. What is skinny?
Ooh, boy, short roll.
Give me $5 on skinny.
Oh, $5 on skinny. 11? I don't know.
7. It's 7. Big red. Yeah. I've never heard that either.
I've never
skinny.
heard
Give
that.
me $5 on skinny. Try that next time. See if anybody does it. Right. If they know where to book it.
Okay. We're going to ask Ron. He might listen to this and already know that.
Okay. All right. But yeah.
Find out if he knows what a skinny is.
All right. What's the whip?
The whip. Stick? Again?
Yeah. Stick.
Yeah.
All right. Here's the last one.
All right.
Let's see if you can get this one. All right. What is Ozzie and Harriet?
Oh, Ozzie and Harriet. 6 and 8. Big 6 and 8.
Why?
I don't know.
No, it's not big 6 and 8.
I have no idea.
You don't know?
No.
It's a hard 8 because it's 2 squares. Ozzie and Harriet.
Ozzie and Harriet.
Right? The old show.
Ozzie and Harriet and Nelson were square.
Were 2 squares and a hard 8. It looks like 2 squares.
I've heard people say the Star Wars roll.
May the fours be with you.
Yeah. Stuff like that. I've never heard this. I've never heard that Ozzie and Harriet. Now, I bet you there's nobody at Rincon who knows that.
We'll try. So we got to say, give me a $5 skinny. Give me $5 on Ozzie and Harriet.
Yeah, $5 Ozzie and Harriet.
We'll see. Let's see. Let's see if it does.
Okay.
All right. So that's going to do it for this episode. Hey, be sure to download our app for your mobile device. You'll get access to all our episodes, quick links to contact us via Twitter, Facebook, and email, and you'll also get bonus audio. On the bonus audio for this episode, you'll find out what happened when Mike opened a fortune cookie.
Yeah, it's disastrous.
With our app, you'll also get TV listings showing all the gambling-related shows coming up within the next 2 weeks. I update those listings every Wednesday using a program I wrote myself to search through all the raw American TV data. The bonus audio and the TV listings are only available on our app. To download it, go to our webpage, youcanbetonthat.com. And on the left-hand side of the page, click on the link that says How to Download Our App. We have a link for Android devices and another one for iPhones and iPads. Hey, we'd love to hear from you. You can email us with questions and comments at youcanbetonThat@gmail.com, or you can leave us a short voice message by going to our webpage and clicking on Send Us a Voice Message. That'll open up a dialogue where you can leave a message up to 90 seconds long using the microphone on your computer or mobile device. Also follow us on Twitter at YouCanBetOnThat. We always tweet when we're in a casino or on our way to a casino, and we'd love to meet up with you. Like us on Facebook at facebook.com/YouCanBetOnThat. And finally, head on over to iTunes and write a review for us. When you do, it helps us get new listeners.
Oh, and you should mention that, if you're going to buy something on Amazon,
Yep.
click onto our page first and then click over to Amazon from there.
Don't cost nothing.
It's a good exercise.
That's right. It's good exercise for you. Anything else, Dr. Mike?
I think that's it.
All right. We'll talk again soon.
Good night.